I don't know about you, but oftentimes I need to remind myself to take better care of myself, to give myself some love and time to relax and decompress. Oftentimes we get so busy focusing on everybody else, just other things that we forget about ourselves. So, I'm Alyssa, and I'm going to talk about my favorite 7 self love habits that I do most days. And if you're anything like me, I enjoy watching other people talk about their habits, their daily self love habits. I find it so just lighthearted and easy to watch. So I'm excited to share mine today. First, I make it a point every day to focus on feeding my body the foods that it needs, not just pleasure. So I focus less on pleasure, and it sucks sometimes. It's a struggle. I know we all love our sugar, our pastas, and French fries are my weakness. But I've lately been loving fermented foods. I have learned how they help the microbiome in your stomach and can help just so many different things. So I've been loving kombucha and my Greek yogurt. I incorporate that, or a protein smoothie, my avocados, my blueberries. Blueberries are so good for you with antioxidants, and I just love them. They're like a little treat. Cabbage, purple cabbage, I've been loving. I'm just focusing on whole foods, foods that grow nature in their whole form. They're not processed. I've really been focusing on that, and I feel like I have more energy. It improves my mood, just makes you feel better. Now, don't get me wrong, I still indulge in the bad stuff sometimes, of course, but I just make it a point to think about before I eat something, is this going to help me, or is this going to make me feel like crap and, not give me any nutrition? So I've been doing pretty good with that. I also make it a point to move my body. So this doesn't, mean hardcore exercise for me all the time. I try to incorporate resistance at least 3 times a week, 4 maybe. I try to walk every day, at least a little bit, even if it's only 10-15 minutes. Ideally, I try to walk 30. Yoga, stretching. I really have been loving yoga recently, so I like to do that in the mornings. I just find it so relaxing, and I just feel mind and body. Third thing, cuddling with my dog. Oh, I love my baby. He's a Rottweiler, and he's my best friend. And I think sometimes we take for granted just the power of just holding our pets. Just the love that they give, the energy, it can just be so refreshing and rewarding that I just feel so much better giving him a hug, cuddling with him. When you're feeling down or you're just feeling kind of tired, and they're just amazing. He's amazing. He's actually sleeping right now. I want to be over there cuddling with him. What else? I have my little notes down here. Oh, I love challenging my brain. So whether this is like a puzzle or word search or reading, any like form of education, I love trying to incorporate, multiple times a week, some kind of education, learning new facts. Like right now, a lot of it's around nutrition and just the body. I think the body is amazing, so I love learning new things about how the body operates. But I absolutely love puzzles too, or mazes, just anything to kind of keep the brain active. I'm trying to think. Mostly it's education. Mostly it's reading something, listening to a podcast, just learning. I find that is just so important. Just like how we have to keep our muscles strong and keep our body active, to stay our healthiest. Our brain, it's the same. our brain has to be challenged. It has to work. It has to, be incorporated too. And it also keeps your mind from, going down rabbit holes of something negative or bringing your mood down. It's just constantly, sometimes when I feel my mood starting to slip, or I'm starting to think of, just stressors, sometimes I can just put all of my energy into learning something. It helps me a lot. Those are a lot of the physical things that I do. But I find that mentally, what we do with our brain, in the sense of, psychologically, is very important for loving ourselves too. Just taking care of ourselves, right? So it's not all physical, in my opinion. I think it's very important to take care of what's going on inside your head also. So being my most authentic self, this is one of my favorite ones, because I think that this gets missed a lot when people are talking about how they take care of themselves. It's so important to me to be my true self. So not giving into peer pressure, maybe not doing what's cool or fun all the time, but doing what feels right to me and honoring that. I've never been one to give into peer pressure a ton, or even just what the new thing is with society or anything. But I would occasionally, and I would realize that I wouldn't like the way that it would make me feel if I'm doing something, or just a small example, maybe with fashion trends. Something comes in style, but it doesn't really feel like me. I might try to wear it when I was younger, or try to kind of make it work, but it just never felt right. Well, as I'm older and I realize, what is the point? That's not me. So if it doesn't make me feel good, why do it? There's no purpose. So I just try to be every day, before I make decisions sometimes, when they're, important decisions, even little decisions though, honestly, I will sit there and I'll ask myself, does this feel good? Does this feel good to me? Is this me, or is this me trying to fit in or please someone else? So I'm still working on it, and it really requires a lot of listening to your body, really understanding how you're feeling and why you're doing something. I think it takes a lot of work and time learning that, but it's so worth it. When you are authentic to yourself, everything, it's much better. Your life is it's different. It's easier. It just feels better. Very, very important. And with that, another habit is I try to each day do just 1% better. I learned that from my coach that I had. And it means allowing yourself to not put a ton of pressure to be perfect or to make changes, 100% right away, but just slowly and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. Just each day, just a little bit more, a little bit better, a little bit better. And over time it adds up, and it you don't even have to think about it anymore. So it could be anything. That could be with your diet, that could be with your exercise, that could be with just trying to be kinder to people, or more patient, more open-minded, more anything, or less of something. Just allow yourself to take the time to learn. Habits aren't just formed overnight. They do take time. So allow yourself to just have small goals, 1% better each day. And it adds up over time, and and you're much less likely to give up because it's too overwhelming. And that's with any goal that you want to set. Lastly, forgive yourself. Just like you would be compassionate with a friend or someone that you love, it's so important to give that to yourself, to be forgiving. This doesn't mean, excuse mistakes that you make or things that you want to change and just take it for granted and just, never learn. You definitely want to learn from your mistakes or grow and improve. But don't be, it's better to just not beat yourself up, to accept that you're human, that we're all on our own journey and we're all at different points. We're all learning things in different ways at different times, different stages. So just like you would be compassionate with, your kids or your friends or family, forgive yourself. You beat yourself up enough. We're not all going to be perfect, but we all deserve forgiveness, kindness, love. Love yourself. He's awake. Just love yourself. I hope these helped. I hope you have a great day. Thank you.